as someone who is more of a dog person than a cat person, while I really like cats a lot, this movie made me love cats even more than I initially did. Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Stews here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I'm going to be doing a review on A Quiet Place Day 1. So, A Quiet Place Day 1 is the latest installment in the A Quiet Place franchise, but it's not the third film in the franchise, but instead, it is a prequel, a spin-off to pretty much the first day of the creature invasion. Yes, sure. A Quiet Place Part 2 may have actually shown us what it was like in day 1, but it's not that. But that's just like a smaller picture of it all. Considering that you can see that the aliens came from somewhere else where they landed, and it just showed that what the Albert family was doing during the first day of the invasion. But actually, we're looking into the bigger picture now. Anyways, so the film, well, it came out just this year, 2024, and is directed by Michael Sarnowski, who also directed Pig, and it stars Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, Digimon Honsu, etc. And so the film tells the story of pretty much the day 1 invasion, when the aliens arrived to Earth. Like what I said just a few seconds ago, this is like pretty much the bigger picture. It's not like A Quiet Place Day 2 where they just showed the Abbott family, but the Abbott family wasn't heavily involved in the big attack where the aliens actually originated from, like when they landed on Earth and all that stuff. The aliens landed. Turns out the aliens landed in New York City, and it pretty much shows. Well, you all know, like what I said already, the first day of the invasion when they arrived. But at the core of this film storyline, we actually follow Sam or Samira or Sammy, but I'll just call her Sam, played by Lupita Nyong'o, who is in this hospice, like pretty much a group hospital. It's like a hospital, but something else. She pretty much is terminally ill. She has cancer, I think, and she's like a part of this like group in the hospice. This group went on a field trip to the city in order to buy supplies. And Sam actually wants pizza, but then she argues with her nurse over if they should get pizza either in if they should get pizza in the city or deliver it to the hospice. But during their trip to the city, the alien invasion happens, and now pretty much Samira loses her own group, and she pretty much is on her own now. But she is with certain other people as well, like Digimon Hansu's character, character who was only there, who didn't really have a lot of screen time, but at least he's there in the end. Alex Wolff's character, which remember in the official trailer when remember that part of the official trailer where like it showed that guy actually getting killed by the alien after like in the dark, like this big jump scare scene. Yeah, that's actually Alex Wolff apparently. But actually Sam's main co-star, I don't know how you say it, compliance, like I don't know how you say it, but yeah, it's Eric, played by Joseph Quinn, who appeared in the film later than I expected. And so they both pretty much have different goals. Eric's goal is to escape in the city, and Sam's dream is to pretty much get pizza. So they both must work together to survive this alien invasion. So yeah, that's the plot. So yeah, I love this franchise. A Quiet Place franchise would be my second favorite horror franchise of all time, second only behind Scream. Yeah, but this franchise is just fantastic. the first two A Quiet Place films were flawless masterpieces. Yeah, I could not rave enough about the first film. It deserves all the praise it gets. And I actually heard a lot of people say A Quiet Place is overrated. And to be honest, I mean, as although yeah, I love the movie. I'm certainly on the positive side. I'm not gonna get mad at anyone who says this movie it's overrated because I'm not really passionate about this franchise. Like I wouldn't really rewatch it and obsess about it on a daily basis. And there are far better horror films out there than that. But A Quiet Place Part 2 is superior to the first film. It's my favorite in the franchise. I could not rave about A Quiet Place Part 2 more. It's just perfect. It's like the first film, but bigger and more. And it's not like it's not like bigger is better, but it really, but yeah, it just had more impact on me with the storylines, the characters, the world building, and it even like helped me figure out who exactly is my favorite A Quiet Place character. Yes, sure, Evan is my favorite in the first film, but the second film made me see who really is the best character, and that is Regan Abbott. The daughter of Evelyn. So yeah, now with The Quiet Place Day One, I'll admit though I was like kind of like conflicted about it because I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I was actually more positive about it. I had a more positive impression when I first heard the film, when I first heard about this film's existence because on one hand, it's another Quiet Place film. I'm down for that, and plus the idea of it being about what happened and how when the invasion started and how it started is actually a really compelling and the previous two A Quiet Place films did definitely leave us more with some questions like what exactly are these aliens, like where did they come from, like where did they land on Earth specifically as asked as audience would have asked in the opening of A Quiet Place Part 2. So yeah, people say that so for those people who say that, oh, this is such an unnecessary sequel or prequel, we don't need this, it's just not a cash grab. Well, I think that this was definitely necessary for us to see like how this world fell apart with the creatures. But on the other hand, I honestly didn't really think that like based on like the fact that Lupita Nyong'o is the main star. Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I like Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, I like her. Like she, and in fact, yeah, I mean, I love her a lot. Like in 12 Years a Slave, and in the Black Panther movie, she's probably my second favorite female character in those movies. In the Black Panther movies, second only behind Shuri, second only to Shuri, and yeah, but I didn't think that she would make the same impact as Emily Blunt and the Abbott family. That's pretty much my slight concern I had with this film. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, damn, this looks awesome. And I bought into I bought into what they were trying to do with it. And so my anticipation grew because the idea of a horror film that took place in a horror film that took place in a city as big as New York, and it was like crowded and like that, and the fact that it looked like they were going to make this a big gigantic blockbuster, like it was going to be like massive in scale, I was down for that. It got me really excited. So I was like thinking, my God, I think I'm gonna love this movie. I think this could be the best in the franchise. I'll admit I did get a little worried about it. Looking at the reviews, like some of them, like pointing out the flaws. I admit at first, well, of course, some of the reviews are bullshit, but then some are saying, oh, it's slow and boring. I was like, oh shit, is it really like that? But yeah, so I saw a film in theaters today in a very loud theater. The theater was Atmos. It was really loud, really big screen. And yeah, I saw it in one of my absolute favorite theaters. One of my absolute favorite local theaters. And yeah, what do I think about this film? Okay, well, I'm gonna go straight ahead and say this. this is the weakest in the franchise. I think I can agree with the vast majority that I think that this turned out to be the weakest one, and it wasn't the masterpiece that I was hoping for. Like it wasn't like it's not even a perfect film. And to be honest, even though I ended up even though I would end up loving this film and gave it a 5 stars out of 5, it still wouldn't have been my favorite in the franchise. Like that, I still think A Quiet Place Part 2 would have been. But maybe if this was a flawless 5 out of 5 movie, maybe it would have been like my second favorite in the franchise, second only behind Part 2. But yeah, as it turns out, yeah, this is probably the weakest one. However, this movie is still freaking awesome. It's still an awesome prequel. So yeah, this shows how consistent the franchise is. And yes, while Scream is my favorite in the franchise, I think A Quiet Place is the most consistent horror franchise because let's be real here. The Scream franchise does have, the Scream franchise is not perfect objectively. It's just the reason why it's my favorite horror franchise is because it's the horror franchise that I would revisit the most, and it also has also two of the installments in the franchise are my top two favorite horror films of all time. Like with Scream 6 being my favorite horror film of all time and Scream 5 being my second favorite horror film of all time. So yeah, but then you got one film in the franchise that was a major dud, and that was Scream 3. Didn't like that. But then you get and then there is Scream 7, which, yeah, I'm skeptical about it. Now, I want to like Scream 3. I am going to give Scream 3 a chance. No, sorry, Scream 7. I want to like it. I want to give it a chance. But, yeah, I want to give that movie a chance. But the fact that they removed Melissa Barrera and the entire core 4, including Jenna Ortega, from that movie, from like this franchise, I already subtracted. I'm already giving this franchise minus points for that. So I know it won't be a masterpiece. So yeah, I am. I honestly am one of the people who is supporting that controversy because fuck Spyglass for firing Melissa Barrera. And yeah, I will still watch Scream 7, but I will not see the Scream 7 in theaters. I will watch it online. I'm not gonna give my money to Spyglass for what they did with Melissa Barrera. Okay, I do apologize for going off topic here, but what I'm trying to say is that Scream it's maybe my favorite, but it's not very consistent. It's not like 100% consistent in comparison to the A Quiet Place franchise, to the A Quiet Place films, which even if the weakest one is still strong, that just goes to show how like amazing just trilogy is. And I can't remember a horror franchise that is just this consistent. I know people say Scream is consistent, and I know Scream 3 has its defenders. Well, good for you if you defend Scream 3, but I don't. But yeah, but anyways, yes, this movie is not perfect, but I want to talk about what I loved about this film first, because let's be real here, there are some aspects in the film where they actually did show some potential for this to be the best one. There were some parts in the film where I was like, damn, this could have been the best A Quiet Place film if it was like this. I will say this, out of all the films in the Quiet Place franchise, this is the scariest and most fantastic film of them all yet. This movie actually is even scarier, yeah? Now, when it comes to horror films now, I don't really judge them based on how scary they are. I just judge them as movies, as, how good the writing and the characters are and how much I enjoy it. But I don't really consider scare an important factor in movies. So yeah, unlike action films where I would where the fun of the where pretty much the entertainment value of it would elevate it from being like better than the last film in the franchise. Like horror films, I don't really judge it based on how scary it is. So yeah, heck, Scream 5 and 6 were not scary. Scream 6 was not... Heck, Scream 6 was not scary, or it's not scary, yet it's not my favorite horror film because, of other aspects other than the scariness. So that goes to show, if I was passionate about horror films and I wanted them to be scary, then I wouldn't have liked Scream 6 as much as I did. But yeah, you know what I get. So yeah, so the first two A Quiet Place films did not scare me all that much, but this film, it scared the shit out of me. Like it had jump scares that didn't affect, that were so effective. Yeah, jump scares that were really effective. Like one example is this scene. Well, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but I'll just say this. This scene's not really a spoiler. Sam and Eric were like hiding in this state. No, I'm not sure if Eric was. Actually, I don't remember if Eric was a part of this scene. I can't remember if this part was when Sam already met Eric or not yet. But this scene where Sam was like hiding in this in the entrance of a station when the creatures were like running around the city attacking people, and then the alien just like jumped down, and yeah, that like at the station, like, and yeah, that scared me shitless. And of course that trailer scene, yeah. Remember that I mentioned that trailer scene when Alex Wolff's character was like fixing up this electric machine, and apparently this electric machine was so noisy that it got the aliens' attention, and the aliens. And remember, like, you saw the aliens actually just run on to Alex Wolff. Well, let me tell you all, in the actual film, that scene was actually even scarier than what the trailer depicted it to be. I mean, I saw that scene many times in the trailer, but in the actual film, it still scared me shitless. That's how terrifying this film was. This film was able to maintain the same level of suspense that the first two had, especially when it comes to Alien. And even in the more quiet scenes, typically when there's music, when there's like a score in the background, you know that, okay, well, no monsters won't be around. But every time a scene is quiet, you already feel suspense, like, oh shit, it's silent, like there's no music. That means that the monsters can come in at any minute now, and but you all know like how it works. Like, these every time noise happens, the monsters would come in, and let me tell you all, the monsters were just as terrifying as the previous ones. Yes, they did not upgrade the designs of the creatures, but they just look too good. They just look too good that not to like be upgraded, to change their looks. They look too good for that. So I forgive the movie for not upgrading the designs and making them stay the same. So yeah, I forgive them for that. My personal favorite scene in the film was definitely the attack scene in the trailer. Yeah, like when like this whole crowd, and then the alien just like jumps at them. There's actually two scenes that were like that, like two massive, tension like scenes like that. Like the first time was like the aliens the aliens like pretty much arriving at Earth in general. But the second scene with like the crowd getting attacked by the aliens is my favorite part in the film. Actually, it happened like in like 45 minutes in the film, like that. Before, like, that was like before she met Eric. Like, Lupita Nyong'o was like walking in the crowd, and she was like, you saw her walking in the crowd and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, this jump scare happened where like the aliens just randomly jumped on them, and they all like panicked. If you thought that the first scene like that was good enough, epic, now just wait till you see that the second time it happens, like with the aliens like attacking this whole crowd, and then you see this whole crowd running. Yeah, that was specifically when Sam was like went into the sidewalk and all that stuff. Yeah, that was great. And but I did score at this movie score. It's a small scale and heartwarming story about the will to live. It's a more humane story. It actually took a different approach from the previous film. So the first film was about a family survival. This one was about two strangers surviving with each other, like wanting to work together. And yeah, it's actually about this Sam who has cancer, and she wants to live some of the final days of her life. Yeah, yeah, and whenever it's not quiet, it is very heartwarming. Like, it is quite heartwarming. Lupita Nyong'o gave such a terrific performance. Not one of her best performances, but her performance in this one was still great. However, it's Joseph Quinn who like pretty much gives the best performance of the film. And yeah, sure, is he as good as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things? No, but he is still awesome. The Jaimon Hounsoo and Alex Wolff were also great as well. Alex Wolff looks so unrecognizable. Like, I like how he looked like an old man despite being younger than that, much younger. But yeah, my favorite character in the film, and I think we can all agree on that, is Frodo the cat. Yeah, Frodo, just such an adorable little kitty, and he actually played a major role in the film. And everybody would be asking, did the cat survive, or did he die? I won't tell you, but you'll just have to see the film for yourself. But yeah, Frodo the cat is actually a major character in the film, and the cat actually, and the cat actually stood out. In fact, there was this scene in the film when there's a scene in the film where this cat was chasing a mice in like this entire street where it's just empty. There was literally not a single person. Yeah, Sam wasn't in hiding in the alley. Everyone was gone. I don't know where they went. And it's just Frodo chasing a mice, and my audience was like, "Oh, so cute." Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my audiences, they really love Frodo. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, they like, oh, so cute. Like, I kept hearing that reactions from them. Yeah, like that's how good of a character Frodo is. And yeah, Frodo is one of my absolute favorite cat characters in film. I want to say it's my favorite, but I think I might be missing something. Yeah, but I will say this. Frodo is a way better cat character than freaking Garfield. Yeah, fuck Garfield. Frodo is a way better cat. Yeah, I would rather watch a Frodo spin-off movie than a movie about Frodo the cat than about shitty ass Garfield. Ugh. Yeah. But yeah. 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 However, though, what makes this this film the weakest in the franchise is how the overall impact just doesn't feel the same without the Abbott family. Like with a film without Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, Noah Jupe, like those characters. It doesn't feel the same with this new cast of characters with Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff. That yeah, it didn't really feel the same. But as for my flaws in the film, I have two flaws in particular. And yes, this film isn't perfect. Yeah. So one thing I didn't like about the film was how everyone was too quick to find out that the creatures couldn't see and only had a sense of hearing. How did they find out? That's one thing that the movie should have done is to at least give characters more time to find out that the creatures are blind, they cannot see, and they only have a sense of hearing. And now everyone just decided, oh, we need to be quiet. We went to hiding. Oh, we need to be quiet. Like, how? Like, how did they immediately find out? Like, do they actually believe that these creatures are blind? Yeah, there were like certain unanswered questions that felt kind of disappointing that weren't answered. And also I wasn't really a fan of the fact that Sam's main goal is to get pizza. Yeah, this whole movie was basically about her wanting pizza. Erica had a far more compelling goal, as his goal was to just get out of the city and go home because He's actually from London, which is why he has a British accent. And he went to New York for law school, but then he wanted to reach out to his family and go home. That is a more compelling plot goal right there. But here goes says, "Oh, I want pizza." Like, dude, like, bro, Sam, there are more important things in life than just freaking pizza. Now, yes, this movie made me want pizza. Like, that scene when both Sam and Eric were eating pizza. And yes, Sam did achieve her goal. Yeah, this movie made me want to have pizza. I will say that. But yeah. So overall, while A Quiet Place Day One is the weakest in the franchise, it's still an awesome film, and it proves how consistent this franchise is. Yes, yeah, this may be the weakest in the franchise, but I will give this movie this. This is the better Michael Sarnowski movie than Pig. Yeah, Pig is a great movie. I like Pig a lot, but I think this is the better Michael Sarnowski film than Pig, in my personal opinion. So with that said, I'm going to give A Quiet Place Day 1 a 4.5 stars out of 5. So also for my review of A Quiet Place Day 1, have you seen this film yet? If yes, what are your thoughts on the film? Would this be your favorite in the franchise, or is this your least favorite in the franchise like me? And if this is your least favorite in the franchise, did you like the film at least like me? Did you still find it to be awesome? Or were you actually underwhelmed by the film? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for a surprise video that you're going to love. And I will say that next video is inspired by Harry Thomas. Harry Thomas's latest video. That's a hint I'll give. So yeah, bye guys.